talk about it. Whatever happened to kindness, respect? Whatever happened to people moving over on the shoulder if they're driving under the speed limit? They don't do that anymore. People will hold up a main highway going 40 miles an hour and they ain't pulling over. At least that's the way it is over here. Whatever happened to you open the door for a lady and she says, "Thank you, sir," or whatever, she at least acknowledges you. At least this has all been my experiences, okay? Where I live, it is a little bitty town, and there ain't a whole lot of people at all. Pretty much everybody knows everybody. But since the pandemic, even things have gotten crazier over here, okay? People are just straight jerks. And it just blows my mind. I never thought I'd see it. Times are changing, folks. And for me, I really never thought that things were going to get better for me mentally and emotionally. I thought that I was going to stay like that forever. I thought I was like, I don't know if any of y'all have any friends like this, but, I have some friends, a few different ones that I don't know what happened to them. They did too many drugs, or there's something bad that happened in their life that just was too much for them, and they just couldn't go back to normal. I thought maybe I had turned out to be one of them, at one time. But God's got something better for me, I'm going to be 40 years old this year coming up, this next year. And I'm trying to get back into shape. When I was about 30, I was probably in the best shape of my life. I was about 10% body fat. I had 18-inch arms. I was a solid, short, little Mexican, all right? Well, I'm American, but, Tejano anyways, Anyways, the 80s and 90s were awesome. They were like, you got to do and go anywhere, and people just let you grow up. And what I'm seeing is that these days that they're not letting these kids grow up. I got a story for y'all. So my buddy of mine, his son, a couple years ago told me a little story that they were at school and a friend of his had one of those pins, one of those vape pins, one of the THC pins, and they were at school and he gave it to a friend of his and let him, go around the corner and take some puffs off of it. Well, anyways, he got caught with it, right? And he didn't only get in trouble, but he got, I know he snitched on the guy that gave it to him, that it belonged to, but I think he snitched on a couple other people too, that they were smoking on it. And when I heard this story, I thought, wow, that's wild, man. When I was in school, all the way from elementary school all the way to high school, I think when I graduated, it was already starting to change a little bit. But for the most part, all 12 years of my schooling, it was the same way. You didn't, nobody liked a tattletale. You know what I'm saying? Nobody liked that. And I just couldn't believe it when I heard him tell that story, and I asked the kid, my buddy's friend son. I asked him. I said, "Did he get did he get beat after school? Like, was there people waiting for him after school?" He was like, "Nah, nobody told him anything." I was like, "Wow, that's and I had mixed emotions, mixed feelings about that because look, man, I'm not trying to put off that I'm some tough guy or I'm some, nothing nothing like that, dude. I'm a civilian that has experienced some things in his life. That's all, I did the drug thing. I was a drunk. I was homeless. I've done, all of that stuff in jail. Never been to prison. Thank God, thank God, because that ain't no place for me personally. All right, um, and but at the same time, like I grew up and I was raised to believe in certain things in certain ways, and um, you know, morals and beliefs and principles, and one thing is you don't tell, man. You just don't do it. All right. And if you can't handle the consequences, don't do the crime, right? Right. Okay. But what I'm finding out is that it ain't like that no more. These kids, they're being taught as soon as their first year in school, they're being taught, tell the teacher, tell the teacher, tell the teacher, you know, um, and they're doing it. And in a way, I have a 6-year-old son, and um, y'all can call me a hypocrite or whatever, but I tell him, uh, you tell the teacher, you tell the teacher because um, part of my journey of growth, I had to change ways I think. And if I'm saying I've changed, but I'm not putting it into action, you know what I mean? Like, when you raise kids, or when you're growing up to believe that, snitches get stitches and all of that stuff, you're gonna grow up and you're gonna live a certain way. And I don't want my son living like that. So that's the reason I tell him what I tell him. And, but it's crazy that that's going on. That's what our society has become. Bunch of tattletales and crybabies, man. uh, but I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. Please like and subscribe to my videos. I'd really appreciate it. Um, if you don't like my videos, please comment. Tell me, respectfully tell me what I'm doing wrong. What could I change, Till next time, gotta stand for something and not you'll fall for anything. Peace.